Hey crew!
Hey crew!
Welcome to a real-time life
Update.
We're under a bit of stress right now. We're in Canada and it appears that we're stuck. Seems that way, right? I'm not going to get into it all just yet. The other big stress we have is Jupiter.
Oh no.
My God, from a month ago there was claims of theft, people stealing shit, and just today we found out he was nearly in a collision with a runaway car. Now I'm sorry if I'm bleating. Poor guy with a huge boat is having problems. My God. Everyone's got problems. You know, there's earthquakes in Cebu right now. There's, I'm sure there was wars going on in the Ukraine and Israel, and everyone has their challenges. And I'm sorry, first world problems. We just felt a bit of stress and we wanted to give you guys a real-time life update. Why the hell are we not sailing anymore? Will we ever go sailing again? What's with this RVing bullshit? Nobody likes watching that. Anyway, that's what we're going to talk about today.
Hey you crew, if you guys haven't met us before, I'm Jamie, and this is my wife Princess. For the last few years, we've been traveling around the world. Well, almost. We began sailing around the world on our super awesome aluminum performance sailing catamaran, Jupiter 2. 4 years of full-time sailing, all the way from Asia, Africa to the Americas, until we ran out of money. For me, it was back to work, which, to be honest, ain't too bad. But we need a place to live and we need to keep exploring. Only one answer. RVing America.
All right, why are we locked out of America right now? Our work visas were due for renewal. In fact, it's today, exactly today, they expired. So normally, because you have to leave the USA in order to get a visa for the USA. Last year we went to Nassau, Bahamas, right? And that was... This is Nassau, and we are here solely to leave the US for a visa run. We're here to get our US visas, our work visas.
Stress.
Expensive and 2 weeks out of our lives. And you need a lot of money to be in the Bahamas, like living on the land. Like, we really miss doing it on Jupiter. But, Anyway, this year we've come to Vancouver, and the company I work for arranged all this. Just go across the border, put your passport in, you get your passport back in a day or two. So we did all this. They made the appointment a couple months back, paid the money, which is about $310 each, not cheap. And then about 3 weeks ago, someone sent us a news article saying effective immediately, the government has now insisted that work visa applicants or renewees go back to their home country to get the visa. You can't just pop across the border anymore. And, you know, we can't get a refund for the application here. The application cannot be transferred. And man, it's a long way to go across to Australia to pick up a visa. And the wait times for an interview there in Australia is at least 2 months. Do we have to go to Philippines as well, or will Australia do, Prince? You know, so anyway, big stress. Point is, we came across a few days ago, we went to the interview, we stayed in a hotel right next door to the embassy. That was pretty convenient, actually. Sort of stressful in the embassy, you know, they're really quite arrogant and rude. Anyway, we got to the interview. The interviewer was really nice, no problems, we'll grant you a visa. And I asked the question, hey, we heard this rumor that we're going to have to go back to our home country. He said, things are changing, he said. Maybe next time we'll have to go back to Australia. Anyway, thumbs up. He said, you are approved. Okay,
Yes.
Sweet. So we come back to the RV, which we're about 2 hours away from Vancouver here, and just relax. Okay, so he said, you'll get an email when the passport is ready to pick up. So this is day 4, still no email. And the US government has gone into shutdown. What the? So we don't know, is the embassy even open? Are they processing it? I gotta go back to work in 2 days in the US and start my upgrade training. I've been a first officer for the last 10 months, and finally my time has come to do upgrade to command training again. It starts on Monday. We don't have passports to enter the US. A little bit of stress there. A little bit of stress. Anyway, fingers crossed. We get a ding any minute. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's not going to be today. It's a 2-hour drive to get there. Fingers crossed tomorrow. Right. The other thing we've been thinking about is, what are our medium-term plans? Princess came across some information.
So I just found that Filipinos can get citizenship in Spain in 2 years' time.
Citizenship.
Yeah. So
EU citizenship
I
in
know,
2
right?
years. I guess the Spaniards are getting a bit low on people, and they're calling back all the previous Spanish colonies, saying, hey, come live with us. We'll give you a passport in 2 years.
I know.
So if you guys have been watching our sailing, we were always dealing with... So we're in Cape Town, Hout Bay, Cape Town. And we've got a little problem coming up. They told us the only option is to go back to the Philippines and apply again for a visa. Well, yesterday was our attempt to check in. All seemed to be going well here. The Montego Bay Yacht Club, and then immigration, and they all seem very friendly people. But once again, they won't let Princess in. If you are arriving by boat and you are crew, and she is fully qualified crew because we paid for a seaman's book and training, then you can apply for a visa waiver. So I said, yes, we want to apply for a visa waiver. No, you must have an agent. So we got an agent. Now the government department is saying no. So,
They don't want a Filipino here in the country.
well, yeah.
So sad.
And the stupid reason that they've given our agent is there's too many people trying to enter the country illegally. We're trying to do it legally.
Relax.
I need a drink. Princess's
Visa.
Filipina passport, which is not well regarded. It's difficult to travel with. We need a visa to go to the bathroom, really. I mean, anywhere we go, we need a visa. And visas, when you're sailing, visas are hard to get because of the required documents. They want police certificates. We've been living on the boat for 3 years. We don't live in anyone's jurisdiction. We tried to get a police certificate from the Philippines. They went, you haven't lived in the country for 6 years. We tried to get one in Antigua because we were in Antigua for 4 months. They simply said, no, you're on a tourist visa. We can't give you a police certificate. Cannot get a police certificate when you have no address or country that you stay in. The other things they need is like doctor's certificates. You got to go pay money to get a certificate to say, yep, she's alive and kicking. I mean, what? So it would have been really nice to get a strong passport. And apparently Spain is like number 2 in the world.
Yeah, more than US and Europe.
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah. That was the plan. We were almost started investing money into getting Spanish residency visas to go, because you got to live there for 2 years. And then I started talking about, we could take Jupiter across.
Yeah.
And I would love to take Jupiter to the Med, even though we got to pay another $3,000 to go through the Panama Canal. Then it's a bash to windward to try and get out of that corner pocket of Panama to try and get eastward against the southeasterly trades. Really hard work. But the actual Atlantic crossing would have been nice. We have not crossed the North Atlantic at all. So I was looking forward to that. But that's back to sailing on a schedule. I I work 18 days on, 13 off. And then there's travel days in between. You know, so realistically, we've got 10 days a month. We can move Jupiter. And it's really hard to sail like that because you got to wait for a weather window. You might wait a week before the wind's improving or not against you so badly.
The hurricane.
Well, there's hurricanes in the Caribbean we've got to worry about. So, wasn't ideal. It was doable. It would get us back on Jupiter, but not ideal. So, are we going to go live in Spain?
Maybe. No.
I don't think so. Would be great. But you know what? Our priority right now is to get Jupiter back in shape. We had a scare a month ago. A neighboring catamaran messaged me and said, hey, did you get robbed? Did you have things taken from Jupiter? He lost $1,000 worth of equipment off his boat and he was worried about me. So, and I said, well, I don't know. We're in Washington, you know, like, can you check for me? And he says, oh, I'm not there anymore. So I got some other friends to go and have a look at Jupiter and they said there's no evidence that anyone's been on the boat. So the door's still locked up tight, the awnings are still on nicely.
The anchor.
Yeah, because what our neighbour said, I don't think I noticed your anchor. And I thought, wow, you know, that's pretty easy to steal actually.
Because it's inside.
Yeah, but it's not noticeable because it's not hanging over the bow. It's sort of in. Anyway, our mates said, no, your anchor's still there, no worries. So that was a scare and we just thought, we got to get back and be responsible boat owners again, you know. Today, another mate just emailed us and sent us pictures, and this is what he showed us. A freaking car nearly ran into Jupiter through a concrete wall. My God, what the hell?
I was lucky.
It doesn't appear as though there's any damage to Jupiter. The wall's obviously knocked down, so it's not going to be. They're not going to have the guard dogs in there now because they'll just get out. We've got to get back to Jupiter. This is too much. This is too stressful to have something so dear to us sitting in the desert and rotting. And yeah, doesn't matter what we're doing in a year's time, whether it's living in Spain or in Alaska or whatever. We want to get Jupiter back on the water and be on him, live on him. We want to move back on board Jupiter. We think we're going to sell the RV and the truck, put us back into the black because we're deeply in the red with these vehicles. We thought this would be a cheaper way to live than renting a house. Wrong. Well, so we've not saved a cent in 3 years of working in the US.
But at least we can get our money back.
Well, maybe we.
Instead of just throwing it.
Yeah. So the idea is get back to Jupiter, fix him up, put him in the water, live on him. And I'm sorry, you won't be driving around in a shiny black pickup truck. It'll be some little Suzuki Golf or something. So that's the good news for our viewers that like the sailing. We're going to be sailing, well, at least on the boat and shortly and a little bit later sailing for you guys and us guys, because we really miss Jupiter, we miss the ocean, we miss the lifestyle. It's just a little bit of a juggling act when you work. You know, when I'm away, I've got to make sure that the boat and my wife are somewhere safe. Just the same as we have been with the RV, but it's a bit more critical with the boat. So, the RV. We realize most of you guys out there like the sailing. Not so much the RVing, huh? We can tell from the numbers. We know you're not watching. Anyway, don't blame you. What's going on with the channel? Yes, we muddled it up, we mixed it up. You know, well, I'm sorry, but it's our life, and we are actually making memories here and recording our own memories. So it's for our family and friends to watch, as well as our fans. So what we're going to do, as I say, we're going to be back to the boat soon. There won't be many more RV videos to be had. But what we're going to do is, for those of you that like the RV stuff, we're going to start a whole new channel called
Life Untied.
Life Untied. So It's going to be like a sister channel, and it's going to be only RV. There won't be anything new, probably, unless we get a Class A. I still want
That's
a
why
Class A. I want a Class A. Anyway, we're going to re-air all the RV videos over there. So for those of you that stumble across it, don't be upset and accusatory and say, hey, we saw this one 2 years ago. It's because we just want one place to put all the RV videos to find a new audience, an RV audience, because we feel that we've got some good stuff there, you know, and some stuff that people could learn from, you know, be inspired by. So the views that we've had on the RV videos, FYI, have been terrible. Quarter of our usual views for the sailing channel. So we feel if we repost them on the new channel, YouTube will identify a new audience, an RV audience, not a sailing audience, to air those videos to, and I think they'll do better. And if you guys like the RV stuff, tell your RV mates, and go head over to
Life Untied.
Life Untied. Life on Jupiter will then be solely about Jupiter. So, yeah, hopefully that'll clarify what we're doing with the channel. All right, guys, I think we're all caught up. We're just going to sit here and wait here in Canada for our passport to come back. And hopefully they'll let us into the US and I can go back to work. And then all that can continue. Otherwise, you're probably going to see another video like this in about a week's time. Bitching and complaining again. Anyway, see you guys. Cheers.
Let's do a thumbnail. Like, just pretend we're fighting.
That's not our thumbnail. Is it? Fighting?
Like...
Where's my hand?